Gabriel once carried only light. A messenger of heaven, he delivered warnings, announced miracles, guided humans, and obeyed orders without question. For centuries, he watched humanity stumble. Wars, betrayal, suffering. He delivered judgment as instructed. Every innocent death weighed on his wings, but he obeyed. Until one night, he saw a city burning, not from sin, but from angels' orders. Children, families, the helpless, and obliterated for reasons he could no longer justify. He questioned. He asked his fellow angels, "Is this justice?" They said, "It is obedience." But obedience felt empty, cold, wrong. He pleaded with the archangels to spare humanity, to show mercy. They condemned him. They called his doubt sin. They told him he must continue or fall. And so Gabriel fell, not for power, not for chaos, but for truth. For the knowledge that blind obedience can create monsters. The fall changed him. Light faded from his wings. Shadows crept into his eyes. Humans began to fear him. Angels whispered his name in dread. He was no longer fully angel, yet not mortal. Now Gabriel walks the earth as something in between. A demon born from obedience and grief, haunted by what he saw, tortured by what he must do. And when the final reckoning comes, he will be there, watching, waiting, judging. No one knows if he will save humanity or lead them to destruction. Gabriel watched from above as the cities below burned, monuments to humanity's greed and corruption. He remembered the mission he was given, to guide, to protect. Now it was twisted into a cruel calculus of judgment. Who deserved mercy and who deserved the flame? Down in the skeletal remains of a city, a lone survivor saw him, their face a mask of ash and tears, begging for deliverance from the horrors of war. Gabriel froze, a war raging within him. The light in his soul yearned to grant them peace, but the shadow whispered of retribution, of letting them suffer for their part in this chaos. As he hesitated, blindingly pure angels descended, their voices like chimes urging him to return to the fold, to abandon his dark vigil. He realized then the folly of it all. These humans were not simply good or evil. They were a tapestry of gray woven with threads of hope and despair. With a flick of his wrist, he could tip the scales. He began to experiment, sparing a starving child here, unleashing a torrent of shadow on a warlord there. For the first time, he let his demonic form take hold, reveling in the terrifying power. It was in the heart of this self-imposed crusade that he found the truth, a sickening revelation. A faction of his own kind, angels of supposed purity, were pulling the strings, manipulating humanity like pawns in a celestial game to orchestrate their own apocalypse. He now faced an impossible choice: expose the conspiracy and shatter the divine order, or allow the cycle of destruction to continue unabated. Gabriel walked into the ruins of another city as night fell, the silence broken only by the wind whistling through shattered buildings. He unfurled his wings, one of blazing light, the other of abyssal shadow. His voice, a low whisper that carried on the wind, promised a new order. The reckoning begins, and they will all answer to me. Amidst the skeletal remains of a shattered city, under a sky bruised with storms, Gabriel walked. From the deepest shadows and broken architecture, figures stirred, ancient demons with eyes of ember, fallen angels with tarnished halos, and forgotten watchers cloaked in despair emerged, their dark forms converging. They saw the terrifying power radiating from him, the unholy fusion of light and shadow, and knelt. In that moment, Gabriel understood. He was not alone. They were a legion, and they would be unstoppable. This nascent alliance was fragile. The fallen legion, a tapestry of rogue angels and bitter demons sealed with old grudges. Some craved vengeance against a humanity they deemed worthless, while others yearned to see heaven burn. Gabriel asserted his rule not with words, but with displays of his dual nature, offering a merciful touch one moment and unleashing reality-bending terror the next, silencing all dissent. Their first strike was a symphony of chaos. Corrupt cities buckled under orchestrated disasters as Gabriel tested the limits of his hybrid powers. He warped light into suffocating shadows and bled corruption into the skies. To the cowering humans, he was an omen of the end. But among the whispers of fear, a new word spread: justice. News travels across realms. Heaven in its ivory towers had taken notice. The archangels, heaven's most elite warriors, were descending. Gabriel knew the true war was just beginning, a conflict that would decide the fate of all creation. He turned to his followers, his voice a low thunder. "We are not just survivors, we are the reckoning." As lightning tore across the sky, it illuminated Gabriel and his legion, standing defiant atop a ruined tower. Their shadowed wings blotted out the horizon, their collective eyes glowing with malevolent purpose, overlooking the terrified city below. Gabriel's whisper rode the wind, a promise and a threat. "Let heaven come, let them see what we've become."